line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here live on PT Race TV as we are showcasing you today here the GOAT Racing Diecast LLC Super Series live here for GOAT Racing League's Super Late Model Division. And this one is going to be a 100-lap doozy here in Dover Motor Speedway here in Dover, Delaware. Looking for a hot start and a hot battle with 21 of the best coming at you. Hi everyone, I am the Crusader Christian Shriver joining you guys once again here in the new studio, in the new wing. And I'm hoping this time around we don't have any Gutchcraft or Gremlins that decide to attack us. We decided to mightily combat them and fight them off and scare them off with everything we got. So hopefully that means we are ready to go for the action today. Let's take a look at our starting lineup presented by GOAT Racing Diecast LLC. On the pole in the 99, it's Tommy Ryan. The outside in the 91, Wesley Donaldson. Row number 2, the Reign of Terror himself, Tyler Dahl in the 19, outside number 2. That's Mike Kelly. Row number 3, John Hickman Jr. number 60, outside number 16 is Steve Ritter. Row number 4, and the number 7 is Scott Simley. Outside number 26 is Seth Fouty. Row number 5 and the number 112 is Joe Hudson. The outside and the 02 it is Shannon Wood. Row number 6 in the 24 that's Cody Sturgis. Outside in the 84 at the end Calantoni. Row number 7 is piloted down there by Doug Sigmund. In the 04 the outside the 22 is Alan the Wild Man Wild. Row number 8 in the number 23 is Charles Van Schaik. The outside number 43 Samuel Harrell. Row 9 in the number 42 is Dakota Kramer. The outside number 12 will be Ryan D. Cook. Row number 10 is Brian Werman. The 74 the outside the living legend Jerry Livingston. And finally finding out the field Jeff Ryan powers the 35. Your field of drivers now set to go onto the stage here as everyone patrols down to the track preparing for their battle. This is going to be an all-out battle of consequence here as they're ready to go short track racing on the Monster Mile itself. Also, I want to give a big thank you to everyone that has tuned on in here so far to the show. We do appreciate you guys tuning in. If you enjoy the show, be sure to like and follow us up here on Facebook and subscribe onto our YouTube channel for more great content. High bank, low center of gravity, a lot of hard charging. This track will just pretty much tear you apart quicker than you know it. This place is a monster of a track and a tough one to navigate through. 1 mile in length, all about the point banking, all about the corner exits. Watch the cars start low to the ground early. Some will start to drive more towards the middle and center point as we go along. Nobody wants to touch the outside lane though unless absolutely necessary. So watch for drivers to push their limits and maybe a little bit of pushing their luck. When you go against a monster, you best know how to take him down. You best know how to work on his behavior. Jeff Ryan right now with mechanical problems at 35. Looks like he'll be pretty much down and out for now. So we roll him off through corner number 3 into turn number 4 here. Lining him off to our green flag restart zone presented by GOAT Racing Diecast LLC. It's go time in Dover. Tommy Ryan getting the early jump out of the chute. Donaldson up to the outside banking here. Tyler Dahl immediately tries to waver his way around on the inside. John Hickman Jr. looking towards the bottom lane, trying to set himself on the straight. Down to the elusive tough corner number 4. That corner will shoot your car up as much as it'll shoot your gap up and probably throw you for a bit of a winger. And that's when you get the big old zingers, and that's when the drivers are trying to really get away from it, not let it happen. But to run that fastest line, you gotta kind of push that car to its absolute limits towards the bottom and then let it drive up to the outside, and hopefully it doesn't smack the wall off the exit. Each corner you gotta roll off and kind of take for a train of salt, trying to make their moves off when they can. Taking full control when you got to. Shannon Wood in the 0-2 right now, going down low immediately as he takes the full control on Joe Hudson. Anthony Valentoni right now jumps to the inside there. Big run coming off the out from the top back to the back. Joe Hudson ducks Sigmund right now, trying to face off as well. You're on board here with Sigmund right now. Currently, we see Hudson and him going head to head here in an elusive battle for the top 10 spots. And Valentoni now opening the door for that as well. The driver out of his track and out of it in his comfort zone. Just not starting the way he wants it to. The 84 whacking the wall right off of turn number 4. The same corner we've been talking about earlier, and it's what's going to give a lot of drivers fits today. This is home field advantage and a home field track. He knew how to run it with the best of them in the truck series. Now has to completely revert to a different kind of car, different kind of setup. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Hickman Jr. there and Mike Kelly, it looked like they were about to go toe-to-toe, bumper to bumper, and instead it turned into which one can back out quicker than the other. Donaldson managing to keep the car on track, but Hickman Jr. not so much. Caved in on the bottom now, he's up in the middle, wrapped up between with the 7 of Scott Simley, traveling it up quicker and through to the foot. He's just trying to step on the loud belt and put him in a suck up put. Our lap race there early on. It looks like there's a lot of movers and comers and goers. I'm pretty interested with the Super Late Model race so far. And again, when have I ever not been interested in a Super Late Model race? Also, I did get word today, and last night I actually had received the idea that we had heard the greatest news that I think I could have asked for. I know this is at a Dover Speedway. Dover has this race, but now short track racing lives on, and it has been given a little bit of love. NASCAR Cup Series and the Xfinity Series to come to the Iowa Speedway here on June 16th and the whole weekend's June 14th to the 16th. For everyone that commented and said that we needed that track, we needed that race, and everyone that said, hey, let's get it in there, from the bottom of my heart, I cannot thank you enough, because really, without you guys, they would not have been able to do it. They would not have been able to convince NASCAR themselves to get that track on the schedule. For that, I thank you wholeheartedly, and yes, I'll be buying tickets as soon as I can. I absolutely cannot wait to finally see a cup race in my home state. Speaking of home state advantages right now, currently Tyler Dalton here a bit further up north than he probably would like to be, northeast that is. He's from the southeast side of the category, and now he's in a whole different ball game and a whole different category here. Still going head-to-head with some of the heavy hitters right now, like Don Hickman Jr. and them, but currently still trying to face up the field, trying to give it everything he's got. Tommy Ryan right now trying to stay in the lead here with best he got of the shots here. And again, we saw earlier with Tommy, he has a lot of situations where really he just kind of finds himself in a very tough little deal, or he'll be able to figure out kind of later on, like when's the best time to drive, when's the best run to get away from. And right now, it seems like early on, he's kind of doing, I believe, what he did when he did in the truck series, which is take his time, pace him out, and let the car kind of settle in for itself. Same thing is, though, you can't do it too much or long enough, because now Scott Sinley with the race lead. Mike Kelly last week getting his first win ever on PTM TV, second overall in the season. Something he's been treasuring to do for some time or another. Told me earlier today about it. He's like, I'm still happy about it, but you know, I want more of them. I'm not going to just let that one go. Wesley Donaldson right now, one of the other drivers that took our first win and a crack at it here on Feature TV. He's looking to try to add another here. Sidley with a huge lead right now. He's just kind of parking it right over there on that edge. Back to the pack here, look at the bed. Charles Van Schaik on the Wild Man Wild going head-to-head against Old Town Hero Anthony Palantoni. Palantoni right now currently facing some elusive pressure here as he shoots straight to the bottom lane now, going hard on the track and going hard on the distance. Pulls it right back off, and now Calatoni facing even more troubles. Earlier on, slapped the wall. Now he's just having a hard time trying to hunt down anybody in this race. Is the living legend, Jerry Livingston. He's done it again. He's going to make the big pass on the inside. 8 spots up, by the way. He's actually driving like a legend. And I got asked earlier, why do I call him the living legend? Well, mainly it's just because of his last name, Livingston. So I thought that was kind of a good pun on word for the living legend. I thought it'd be kind of a neat little thing to speak for him. I don't know how he feels about it, but hopefully he'll comment on one of these broadcasts eventually and tell us how he feels about it. Little onboard camera right now here currently as Doug Siegmund tries and a little bit hardly just get up there to Hudson, make a pass off from the distance. Tire wear and saving really going to be a big factor here, especially considering how hard the drivers are racing out and paces it into the trenches. They don't want to give up too much early. They want to kind of stay focused on their race line and then kind of pulverize the shots off in the dark. But the hardest part is once the tires start to wear out, the cars start to fade in, then it becomes more of a battle of endurance, more of a battle of consistency. How do you level out the speeds? How do you level out the drive? Can you stay within reach of the other driver? Like Charles Van Schaik right now with Shannon Wood down there. Shannon Wood also this season here, coming up with one of the most craziest finishes you'll ever see on Pete's Race 2 or any broadcast channel for that matter. Don't care if you're Fox or NBC or ABC or even if you're one of the other broadcasters of iRacing here. That was incredible to watch there. That 3 wide salute to the line just showed you what the GOATs are all about and what they want to do in this racing environment, in this racing ordeals. Don't believe I'm having any troubles on my end this time around. So it looks like we have eliminated our Glitch Graphic Gremlin friends and made this a little bit of a better broadcast. So I hope it sounds pretty good here, race fans, and I hope that also my new studio doesn't have too much of an echo. Currently, we had to move some things around. We had to work on some things too. So I was told, and I even hear myself, there is a little bit of an echo in my environment. So I hope it's not coming through the broadcast, but let me know if you're hearing any of it here. Travel back on the bottom right now, Mike Kelly in the number 2, going full on center there with Wesley Donaldson. As Donaldson here tries to keep the number 2 behind him. The pressure's on though to continue to stay good, stay clean, especially with an old reign of terror behind him. John Hickman Jr. He is the driver honestly we talk about a lot here on the show for a lot of good reasons too. Definitely a heavy hitter in terms of his force and endurance. But the thing is with John is that unlike some of the other drivers that kind of make a lot of noise, he's been kind of one of the most silent assassin drivers I think I've ever met on these broadcasts. Like, he doesn't try to make a whole lot of noise. He doesn't try to make things like too crazy and everything here. But nevertheless, he still finds a way to be on top 5 brackets. He always seems to find a way to be hanging around in that upper half and echelon, sometimes even being a race winner too. And at the end of the day, I think it's what he always wants. Currently doing Mike Kelly, Connor Dalton there, pocketing up on the outside right now, trying to hash down the moment, trying to land the speeds. The gas right now, intruding more. We're 1/4 of the way done with this race. And Mike Kelly there, big pass there from Connor Dalton. He made a good jump there, coming right off from turn number 4. Made a huge jump to the inside. Kelly had to back off so he wouldn't travel up towards the wall. And Dalton used that to his advantage, covering the track nicely and down in well. That Bounty now making some moves here. The 26 getting charged by the 23 of Charles Van Schaik. Made a run up to the front earlier. Now he's just kind of slaying back low. letting Van Slyke just kind of sling the speeds and sling the slong all around over. Wait a minute, what the heck did I just say? Okay, ignore that last part. I don't even know what I just said. Eclipsing right around the speeds here. Simley got a full second and 10th lead right now over Wesley Donaldson. I'm genuinely surprised right now. That's how quick of a lead he gained on him. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that Donaldson also has a lot of company behind him in terms of Dalton and Kelly. And Kelly right now, again, he's had some great moments here. But really, I think the biggest thing I've always kind of joked about with Kelly was that he was always kind of that runner-up guy. He was always that guy that came up second place a lot more often than not. It seemed like this season, things changed. He got that win finally, and off our broadcast there. Then he got another win later on. And really, from there, ever since that win, it seems like a whole new build of confidence has roiled within that man. And I think that's what he wants to know. I think that's what he's just trying to keep an eye on. I love the speeds these drivers are carrying through the corners too. You can see how hard they have to kind of manage the gas pedal up and manage the cars up a bit here. We're going on board here for the Living Legend. Currently getting to keep Palantoni at bay here, trying to keep the pressure off him. Alan the Wild Man Wild looking straight to the inside. Ooh, the Living Legend though. He throws the block, he throws the hammer down too, and now he gets sent back up back, and Alan the Wild Man Wild did not like that, not whatsoever. He said, "What are you doing down there? Get out of my lane, and you're poking it. You're poking a real bad bear right now. You ain't just poking the wild side, you're poking the wild man." Oh my. Shannon Wood right now, he's at 0-2. Indeed, just trying to keep some grip here. He's got started in the 10th spot, he's currently in the 12th position. Kind of keeping his speed and endurance left on the table here and making sure he doesn't over-tally the car up. Let's take a look at our lap timing sheets here. This is what these drivers are currently dealing with. The gain up there to Simley. Donaldson, last couple laps here, good 1/10 of a second there, then lap 30 to 32. Not so much, gained a little there on 30, but he did not win. Hey, prize points for the rest after that. Would that be a changing of the guard here? Could that be a bit of a changing of the ideals here? Hard to really say. Joe Hudson right now already a lap down here. Looks like 2 laps down, I should say. And that's because he went into pit road on lap number 27. An interesting strategy here, call. You're going in that late, especially when you consider just how tough, or that early, just considering how tough it is. Must be just trying to make the most of your game plans and most of your strategies. Steve Ritter right now trying to get up there to Jerry Livingston, the Living Legend himself, as he continues to pretty much shock the world here by going 8 spots up. The only other driver to go that far, well, Scott Finley was 6, and then, well, the one that tied him for the Hard Charger Award, the 15th place driver, the 23, Charles Van Slyke. 5th place starter, I should say, not driver. Currently, he is the 7th driver on the lineup here in position. You might know some too. Remember I talked about earlier, the track starts to burn up, starts to burn down. It starts to create the car a little bit more hydrogen and oxygen to kind of bring towards the middle rather than going towards the bottom. In that bottom lane, it's to gain traction and speed and shut the track down a lot quicker. But when you can't do it no more, what do? Well, you have to kind of adjust and evolve, or you're going to have to fly at the seat of your pants and hope that it works out for you. Either way, I would not recommend being in anybody's shoes with that kind of configuration. Guy right now trying to master the gas pedal up, looking to roll his way up there to Dalton. And again, almost halfway done with this race. Everything's been pretty good so far. No troubles in terms of any mistakes or any mishaps. I think it's honestly a good sign when you think about it, because again, you're having to look at so many angles, so many ways it could go wrong, that really they haven't been able to figure that out. And honestly, that's a good thing if you have. Really, then what kind of that brings that back to the point of what about the hard race side of things? What about the bumps, the runs, the coils, the clips, and spins? You know, well, that's the biggest thing with these kind of races. You don't want to abuse the tires or abuse the car up too much. You want to try to be nice and still and smoother than silk in that kind of race line, that kind of bracket. When all is said and done, you got a whole lot of momentum to carry through and a lot of folks to figure what they're going to plan out next, what they're going to make out of the best of situations. Field starting to pack up a little bit more. Tommy Ryan coming back a little from his little get up there. Fell back a little bit of the ways here and now trying to master up any kind of leverage or speed he can get. Starting to come up a little bit more. Simley now has been caught up there. Half a second left on the time clock. Time sheet starting to read it as we're nearly halfway done with this. They'll go Racing Super Series at Dover Motor Speedway. Coming at you with a solid race so far, halfway near the end. We've seen comers and goers. Donaldson with the lead, Simley with the lead. Tommy Ryan with the lead for a little while. And speaking of comers and goers, by the way, here's a little comeback trail here. Anthony Calantoni made him 8 spots back. He's made it 4 spots back up now. He's got trapped in the middle there for a little while. Seems like he's now kind of pacing up himself, trying to dictate the drive, keep himself well in control. Gary Livingston, the living legend with company, though, on his door handle. And Sammy Orell, old Sammy Boy himself, coming right into the game plans and into the straight, looking for a whole lot of gain. Him and Cody Sturgill have not been to victory lane in a numerous amount of races. They've been telling me constantly, day in and day out, that yeah, we don't mind that we don't get the wins here or there, but it would just be nice to finally kind of put one back on the top spot. Be back in the top world rank here. It's not so easy to do though, especially when you're having to face up so many challenges, so many levels of the playing field. Starting to close out that gap now. It is only 0.3 of a second. Was 0.4 about 2 or 3 laps ago. Simley, he's in trouble. How much trouble is he in? Well, let's take a look at our lap timing sheets. Well, it looked like he could have been losing some ground. Then this time he actually gained some crack back on him. Kind of ripping it back at him quick as they came back at him. Now just trying to see if he can hang on just a little longer for the last stakes of this race. You can see how close again they're getting to each other. You can see the tire wear and the tread marks of the rubber being laid down. They're shredding up a lot of equipment down there, and they're taking this to the fullest of extremes to make the best of their situations. That bouncy guy in the pit road as well went a couple laps down. His strategy's going in lap 41. I'm surprised a lot of drivers went in so early. At least two of that did anyway. Whereas now they could also go halfway and then they'd be okay to finish this race. It could tell me a lot about what they're up to. It could honestly be a complete mistake what they're up to here. It's hard to really say. Scott Sibley, there it is right there. To pit road, he's his opportunity. We've got ourselves a new leader. Wesley Donaldson to the lead. Now Kelly back to the inside of Dalton. Dalton trying to play him off. Mopar Sim 500 Racing League number 19. The Reign of Terror, or Rot as he's been named and dubbed. Someone you don't want to mess with and someone you really don't want to catch your hands on too much. Mike Kelly, Tommy Ryan going to pit road now, so their pit stops are engaged. Everybody right now honestly making a great decision or a tough choice here on when to go in and when not to go in. It's Tyler Dalton and Donaldson looking maybe they're going to have another battle for the race lead here. Dalton packed it up on the back half here. Ooh, Donaldson smacking the wall around from turn 4. Doesn't want to give up too much more time there. It's old Dalton. He knows what he'll do. Looks like the back in the pack right now. Brian Wortman, Ryan D. Cook kind of stretched up a bit more to the front here. They go 8 spots apiece here. Wortman trying to just kind of make up for the lost time earlier. He qualified in 19th, currently 11th. Ryan D. Cook, former winner on the show, numerous time runner-up as well. Or I should say at least podium driver and maybe top 5 driver, numerous I should say there. He's only got like 2 or 3 runner-ups I believe. He's trying to hang in with these field drivers, just trying to hang in with these guys as best he can. And the number 3 here, I believe. If I get a number on that one here, I think that might be. Nope. That might be Jeff Ryan down there. Yep, that is Jeff Ryan. So it's supposed to be in the 35, but he threw himself in the 3 here, guys. So I got a little confused there. I do apologize in advance. I can only go off what my live Timmy sheet calculates, and that's exactly what I'm seeing him as. Right now, currently watching on as well with Wortman, Cook, Sigmund, Sturgill, Wild, Harrell, Van Schaik, and Hickman Jr. to the battles raging up for the lead still. Every little corner, every little turn just makes the biggest of differences, and that's what chases them off, and that's what makes it so much more difficult to make the best they obviously can of these driving styles. Jameson Campbell Sr. says, go number 23. Jameson, thank you so much for tuning on in. And your guy right now, you just mentioned, he's 11 spots up. He's back there with Sammy Arell, who's 11 spots as well. They're not doing too bad, shabby here. Seth Valley right now trying to make a move off to get back into the lead lap contention here, but he's got some work to do, honestly. That's a tough little draw. Have to face up again, especially when you got a driver that just will not let you go by that easily. Van Schaik's one of those tough individuals that he'll race you clean, but he'll race you hard. He's not a driver you want to mess with too much. He's not a driver you want to try to get on the bad nerves. And look at this now. Tyler Dalton way looked like he was going for pit road and overcalculated it. Missed a shot. Now John Hickman Jr. capitalizing on that one. Big move for the number 60. The Winn-Dixie machine now moves into second, trying to come up to Donaldson, but Donaldson just realized he's been given a gift. If I was him, I'd calculate well on it. He did. A big calculation coming up, going to pit road. Dalton will go to pit road. Donaldson going to have to try it now to hopefully give Hickman Jr. and Van Schaik a little bit of time to burn up their equipment and catch them up again. This is where it's so difficult, race fans, because again, you're just having to try and put every little bit of speed, every little bit of drive in between there, and hoping that it doesn't reverberate back to your demise. It's so hard to narrow down properly. It's so hard to get figured out in the right sense, in the right spots here. I'll kick it over that SpongeBob look right there as well. What the heck? I guess whoever lived in a pineapple under the sea didn't see Charles Van Schaik is coming to get him before sea in Dover, Delaware. Alright, horrible rhyme, I know. Cook right now getting passed up there as now the number 99, Tommy Ryan. Last time we've seen him here in Dover, I believe he was the one that took Victory Lane, or took a trip down there. I believe it was one of the Ryan boys there. I know it was either Tommy or it was Jeff. I think it may have been Tommy. If I am completely wrong, let me know in the comment section while we're at it. So that way I know for sure not to get it wrong next time. Ryan D. Cook passed up there by Simley now. And Simley, again, earlier on, your race leader, just facing numerous attention getters and facing numerous drivers, just trying to take him down a few notches here with 35 laps left to go. Jr. I'm genuinely surprised right now, guys. I'm not really sure what his strategy is, but boy, is he playing a little bit of a wild game down there, trying to work it in. Whatever the game plan is, whatever the plot is, he sure is putting a lot of armor on it to use up well and be perfect in his senses. Yeah, it's great to hear how smooth you gotta keep the transition of the car onto the track and how smooth you have to stay in that throttle rhythm. You kind of heard just a second ago. Cal Tony, he didn't drive it too hard in or out. He just kind of let the car soothing out, let it speed up, and then as it came to the exit, let it drive from there. That was a pretty smart move, if you ask me. Brian Werman, the number 74 here, currently parking it up there in the 7th spot. Tyler Dahl, the Reign of Terror, way back in the back, further than he'd like to be anyway. And Wesley Donaldson just kind of taking his lunch and eating it too. 7-second difference between those guys, but you can see now even Donaldson, well, let's just say he's got some problems right now trying to get around that traffic, because Ryan D. Cook is being like a Ryan Newman down there and not letting it pass so easily. There he goes. WB Diecast, Sonny Horton finally getting his jump there. Don Henry Jr. now lapping into the traffic and now dealing with the pressure. Charles Van Schaik, big jump to the race lead. Now Tony looking on from afar. Gonna try to get around the leader there and then down to the 2nd spot. Get his lap back. It's gonna be really difficult though. Van Schaik has obviously been a proven winner and a known favorite on the winner's side of things. There's a driver that may know how to get it done better than often than not. It may just be him. But this is the first time he's really had to put himself in such a test of patience and test of drive. In terms of when is the right time to go to pit road, if at all. When is the best time to go in and get the tires changed out and work from there. Onboard action camera there. As you see now, the field getting further and further gapped out from the last minute run to the last minute paces. So right now, Hickman Jr., Charles Van Schaik, one of the last remaining drivers out on the track. Sammy Morrell, Cody Surger, Ryan D. Cook, the pit road, Jeff Ryan, Brian Wortman. All them's down, just finishing out. Van Schaik though, he's the pit road now. Hickman Jr., one of the last remaining guys. 25 laps to go. 3/4 of the way through this one. Oh my word. Hickman Jr. is just absolutely trying something I think that the other drivers weren't thinking too much, and that's the extremist of long runs. Brian Wortman and Jeff Ryan seem to be in the same boat, same category, but I just don't know if it actually will work. Where John Hickman Jr. has now surrendered to pit road, so it looks like that strategy of his didn't quite go as long as he wanted. Brian Wortman for the first time down to the race lead. I think this is his first time ever in the lead in general. The question I have is will he be able to make it last here? Mike Kelly, Tommy Ryan, Scott Simley, Wesley Johnson, and Tyler Dalton, all waiting very, very patiently for Wortman. And there it is. There's their chance. There's their opening. 22 laps left to go. Now turn to 21. Wortman trying to get in and out. Pit road quickly. Had to install, but too little too late. Trying to long shot the distance. Hope for a break. Hope for a caution. Did not get it. Now it's between Mike Kelly and Tommy Ryan for the race lead and possibly for the win. Kelly got one last week, looking to add to that tally list. Tommy Ryan going down to the bottom lane here, trying to see what he can do with there. Mike Kelly looking to shoot the gaps in, trying to shoot his run up. Scott Simley there back behind him around, trying to move in there as well, looking for openings. Ryan, though, look at how patient he is. Saw there was a chance, saw there could have been an opening. What did he do? He backed off. He decided to lay off, not let his own thoughts, his own process get in the way of what he's up to. He focused heavily on the run and the situation, and then waited for the right time to strike it down while the iron's hot, side by side for the race lead. Ryan trying to drive in it quick, get a run off there. He got him off too. Beautiful job there as he crosses over with the number 2 of Mike Kelly. Kelly now watching on as he now just lost his chance and maybe taking the race lead all for himself. Is that the coup de grace though? Or was there another one waiting for him? Scott Simley here starting to look favorably more and more at that long run move off. He's trying to slowly but surely creep back to Kelly and Ryan. Every corner and turner right now is going to be the difference maker between success or failure. Tommy knows this. That's why he's being extremely clever. Being extremely clever at just watching the line, tempoing the strategy, not let the other cars get in his way. John Hickman Jr., despite his little unique strategy there, is still in 6th place actually. Still just behind only Charles Van Schaik and a few of the others. He had an interesting little go with it, trying to work around with it, but I don't think it was necessarily the proper winning formula. But then again, you have seen crazier things happen before. On board Jeff Ryan's number 3, their Sun Drop Bass Pro Shots machine. Currently just trying to stay one step ahead of his own troubles and one step ahead of the problematic zones that he can get himself into. With only 15 laps left to go, at this point it's not all about just who or what will be able to try to take down the Monster Mile at its peak and at its toughest. Ryan right now got about 0.3 of a second lead over Mike Kelly. Starting to get a little bit slower though. It looks like his pace isn't quite as hard. He's driving at about a 1. Oh, wait a minute. Caution down on the track. There's trouble. And Brian Wordman's the one that's going to get it out here. Oh, my goodness. I thought we were going to go a full distance run without it. Oh! Wordman, he's got a massive problem down there. He just is massive. He's hitting the wall. He's getting everything right now. Something went wrong with the 74, I should say. And that takes us to our PT Race TV instant replay. Now, let's take a look at this one. Watch this, came right off turn 4 and, you know, down the straight. It looked like just hard racing turns into a bit of a slight dig at them. Jeff Ryan and Wordman just not expecting how quick that one came right at them. They were not ready for it either. One last look at it. Shoot up. Came down. Oh, it was just a little too close. Both drivers wanted the same lane, same spot. One had to give it to the other. And neither wanted to give it up, causing that bit of hysteria. Now all of a sudden everything gets flipped on its heads. So right now, 9 laps about to turn to 8 laps left to go. Race fans here, things starting to kick up and starting to get a little bit more interesting here. So this is it now, 8 laps left to figure this one out. Earlier it was all about pacing and strategy, now it's just all about survival. Tommy right now probably just salivating the idea of having to get the best start of his race season by outclassing everybody, smarting them out, and race this one to the distance. What will happen right now as they bring him back from the back straightaway here, lining him down through turn number 3 for 4. Coming for home, it's time to go racing in Dover, ladies and gentlemen, once more. 8 laps left to decide this one, the fate in the driver's hands. Off of corner number 4, leading back down to turn number 4 here, to the front straightaway here in the Go Racing Diecast LLC restart zone. Send them on their way to the green flag restart zone. We got 8 laps left to go. Whoa, that's trouble up ahead. Behind him, Dakota Kramer all over the place. Cody Sturgill all over the place. Everyone just trying to get out of that mess. As we lead him down, Tommy Ryan accompanied his inside. Mike Kelly coming for him. Had to close the gap off there. Got blocked off really quickly as Ryan just had to try to hold Kelly back. Kelly trying to fight him for everything he's got, looking to run it down to the gap. Here is Tyler Dalton as well with Joe Hudson. Or miraculous comeback perhaps. The 112 has made his jump in position to make a fight for the brinks. Top 10 racing hard here, and now even harder than ever. Ritter and Foudy going down low on one another from the bottom lane to that back stretch to straighten him out off of turn 3 to 4. Gerald Van Schaik holding it up third for the moment. Cal and Tony though, he's trying to finally get one on his track. Last time out it was a podium. This time he wants it all the way. But they may be running out of time, or can be a little too late. It's hard to say. Even juniors to the bottom round here to take down the 91 of Jesse Donaldson. Tony to Van Schaik. He's got the run coming from 4. And Van Schaik into the wall. Hudson Donaldson follows behind. Stays out of it, stays clean. Can they keep it green? Yes, they can. 5 to go here in Dover. Oh, my word. That right there was some hard racing with some matching collective excitements here. And they're still at it 3 wide. Van Schaik, massive problem on the right front. He's got a huge problem. And now he's got an even bigger one right into below him. He gets in there with Shannon Wood. Steve Ritter trapped in between. The caution is out before we can get to the green wide checkers. Oh my goodness. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, what a mouthful that one is. You can see Scott Simley in the 7 also on pit road. Not too sure what happened to him there, but we can tell you what happened here to Ritter and Shannon Wood at point blank. Van Schaik just got kind of in a bad spot, came down, didn't know where he was going on that level. Wood gets it right in between, and the next thing you know, bam, son, right into the, just an absolute mess of field and carnage. Trails back, boom, there's the hit, boom, boom, and boom. Yep, for what it was worth though, that was actually a pretty clean little wreck. That could have been a lot worse than you may think, folks. This field of drivers definitely putting on some heaters, some bangers, and some really wild racing throughout. In all the right ways and all the right carnage and in crazy ways. That's what you come to see in these kind of momentous occasions. field, just eagerly awaiting the green-white checkers here. Tearing up all the equipment they could even imagine, the feeling they can bring to the table. Now just looking to finish what they left off with and a much needed race end. This is a very big move and run they're going to do here. They need to be very focused and satisfied on this one. See what happens. What will they do next? Opportunities now running on the drivers' minds here. The green light checker attempt coming up. Tommy Ryan again sealing a good start. Looking to do it again. This time though he just opts the outside lane. Mike Kelly going to be running on the inside groove. Interesting strategy here. Tommy Ryan looking to maybe make a little bit of a workaround here. Not sure if I really agree with what he's up to or what he's going to try to bring to the table, but whatever he's going to do, it's going to have to work out perfectly here because he's going to have a hard charge on Hickman Jr., Calatoni, Hudson, and Donaldson. All looking to knock those two off. One wrong pace out of the distance, and this could change in a heartbeat. Which will it be? Top 5 on your screen for this last leg of the race. Patrolling from turn number 3 and down into 4. Slowly but surely awaiting the Go Racing Diecast LLC restart zone. Going to the line. Green's out. Here it goes again. Let's see how we finish it out in Dover. Kelly, oh, he found a leg up on Ryan right now, and maybe he found a bad spot to beat in. Kelly trying to jump it off. Oh, look out behind him. Joe Hudson going for a wild ride and taking for a drive. And Steve Ritter just slashes right into him on the back half. Oh, my goodness. Caution is out on the track and a nasty situation there. Steve Ritter and Joe Hudson taken completely out of it here as we are now on our final green-white checkered attempt here. Just when you thought the race was looking good and everything was great, things just completely flip on its head. Yeah, you can see right there. And that's a nasty hit there, unfortunately. Just nothing they could do about it. Everything going completely wrong for them in the turn and in the corners. There you go, right there. It looks like Hudson just caught him a little bit, and that was all it took. Bad spot and a bad angle, and that ended up costing him dearly. And now, whatever run he had, it's all but lost. So now from this point, what do they do next? You wonder, what do they have in mind? What can they even get to? That's a big question they're going to have to figure out here. Especially now, they have one more green-white checkered, and this one's all but over with. So, ladies and gentlemen, now for the last time, it is showtime for these drivers. One last leg, one last push. Only the best are going to get this one. Mike Kelly got the start he wanted. Caught Tommy Ryan off guard. Now he's going to start back in the bottom. Ryan going to have to work from the outside lane. Calatoni with a great opportunity here to try to get to T. Kelly if he can. Every driver right now has their advantages, has their perks and their pluses. It's only which one can make the best of their indictments and their cooperation with these cars and their cooperation with the track. Didn't mean to say corporation, I meant cooperation originally, but nevertheless, here we go. Watch that start, watch that line, and what Kelly is trying to do is keep Ryan and them all situated and settled in. Gonna roll him right off through turn number 4 yet again here and back out down. Can he get him off the start? Looking for it to go. Ryan catches a little bit of it, getting it back. He's gonna try to catch him back off of the corner. Caught him early. Ryan caught it way too early. Galantoni got drifted in there, but now Dalton getting bumped around and manhandled out there. Every driver for themselves as Kelly now tries to just get away from everybody. Ryan jumped the gun way too soon. Had to back out now. He's going to have to try to make one last leg of this one. White flag in the air. We're finished this one under green. Kelly looking for win number 3. Calatoni Ryan trying to get him before it's too little too late. Off of turn number 2. That backstretch seemed to set Ryan up perfectly. Can he get the number 2 for the back bumper? Not this time. Can he get him on the outside? He's going to try and drag race him off to the line, but too little too late. Mike Kelly's winning this in Delaware. Boy, howdy, what a run there, and a great job by Mike Kelly. Staying consistent and patient under control. And win number 2 all of a sudden on Pizza Race TV just shows up at his doorstep. Mike Kelly is your winner on the Monster Mile. What a race. What a race here, race fans. And now, only thing left to do is to show our results and head on down to the top 3 victory lane positions here. Coming away today from your Go Racing League Diecast LLC victory lane trips, it's Mike Kelly going to go first for the 3rd time this season. Second on PTM TV. Tommy Ryan going to go second. Third going to the hard charging hometown boy himself, Anthony M. Calantoni. John Hinkman Jr. going to go 4th, 5th to Wesley Donaldson, 6th to the 19 of Tyler Dalton, 7th to the 26 Steph Fowdy, 8th to the 02 of Shannon Wood, 9th to the 12 of Ryan D. Cook, and 10th to Allen the Wild Man Wild in the number 22. A solid effort, but no dice for this case. He'll take 10th easily there, as many other drivers take a bit of a beating there to the line here. It is time to listen now to our top 3 drivers here. Coming into away for the 3rd place today, ladies and gentlemen, Calatoni now joining the call here. And Calatoni, once again, another trip into your homeland, into your track side. And boy, oh boy, did you sure fire a lot at these drivers and give it everything you had at the final legs of this race.
Yeah, that was just about all she had there. There was only like 15% left on the right front there at the end of it. But I actually was getting nervous there before that first caution came out because I was like, I don't know, like 9 seconds behind the pack. And I'm like, man, I'm not gonna catch these guys. I'm like, I was just praying for that one yellow because I knew I had the better tires. And we got in and just of course, normal mayhem breaks loose like that.
Breaks loose like that and kind of breaks off a bit here. I know obviously Ryan kind of jumped down on you there after that start. I know he was trying to get a jump on Kelly, but did that kind of hurt your chances to get up there to Kelly at the end?
Absolutely. That absolutely hurt it. If he probably wouldn't have done whatever he did, it looks like he jumped it and he had to let off to let Mike get back in front of him so that he didn't get a penalty. But if he didn't do that, I probably would have been like right up alongside Tommy going in the one and I was going to drive the hell out of it going into one and just ride that bottom all the way in, get the run coming off of two, and try to get a run on Mike.
Well, in this case here, it was not to be, but hey, at the end of the day, you certainly put up a show, and I believe you made the hometown crowd happy today. So, we want to thank you for this third place today in front of these fans.
I hope so. I want to thank Talking Giants, John Boy Media for the sponsorship, like I always do this year. Thank you for the broadcast and all the sponsors sponsored the series, and all them Jersey guys back in their offices or rooms or whatever, wherever they're watching this, watching the hometown kid here run his favorite racetrack.
I'd say you made them proud today, buddy. Congratulations, Cal and Tony.
Thanks, Christian. We'll see you next week.
See you next week, man. Ladies and gentlemen, old Tony, Anthony M, Cal, Tony. Getting done today. Ladies and gentlemen, coming away second today, though. Hard charging it for the long distance to the hall. Not enough tonight. It's Tommy Ryan here in the second place finish. And Tommy, I honestly believe, man, had those cautions not come out, I believe this one was kind of in your hands. What was going through your mind when those first couple cautions just started to spring out at you?
You know, when we got to that point, and I was like, and if we can go green, but you can always count on a couple of guys in this and Sim 500 to always bring it out within a few to go and cause some drama. So I just at the end of it, I just choked on both restarts, let Mike get the lead, and couldn't get to him, so I gave it away. Just he did a better job. I just couldn't get it done.
Yeah, in this case here, just a long distance fight and a little bit of a battle out from point A to point B. I'll ask this real quick. I know you kind of caught yourself a little off guard there with that start. I mean, what the heck was going through your mind there when everything kind of laid down and happened at the end there?
Well, at the first, when Mike was even with me on the first restart, I was like, maybe I should take the top, and I was, a little bit scared of starting in first gear with the wheel spin and the car is pulling right pretty hard in a higher RPM. So I started in second gear on the bottom, and he pulled even with me. And I was like, man, maybe I should try the top and maybe first gear. So I did that, and of course he was even better with me there. And then I got in the wall a little bit. Then he got away, and then on this next restart, I tried to time it and got away a little bit and gave it back, and then just trying to get to him, and I got there. I just I needed another lap or two to let him make a mistake or at least try to get a run to him, but it just all kind of fell apart with me there at the end. I surely had the car to beat with the long run speed, but the restarts is what killed me, and I don't have a whole lot of laps in this car. Well, I say that I haven't ran this car in a while, so I just needed some more experience getting the thing up through the gears.
Well, I mean, definitely going to take more time into it. More experience will be needed, but hey, you're still getting a pretty good little layout here if you're going second place. So you want to thank you for that one, sir.
Yeah, it was a good run for us. I can't complain. So 811, call before you dig, Northern Tool and Equipment, and the guys that put this show on. I haven't been here in a little bit, but I'll start making some appearances again on Tuesdays.
All right. Well, we certainly can't wait to see you, Tommy. Congratulations taking it home second today, buddy.
Appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tommy Ryan taking it home as the bridesmaid. But in this case today, the guy that usually I've nicknamed a bit of a bridesmaid, it's not going to be no more. Two-time now in a row, Mike Kelly bringing it back to victory lane. Mike, man, all of a sudden seems like this whole season just completely flipped on its head. 3 wins total, 2 on the show. How the heck is this all of a sudden just coming alive here, sir?
The floodgates have opened, I think. I don't know. Getting on a roll. Gotta love it. That was a heck of a race, different kind of race. Had to play the strategy game there and just save that right front tire. And a lot of us all ended up at the same place as our wear at the end. But I had a target, time that I was trying to just click off lap after lap, and Tommy started catching me there at the end, and he was running laps that were a bit faster than I was comfortable running if I wanted to save my right front tire. But got crazy at the end, and some wild things happened. Interesting lane choice there by Tommy, and got a good restart and able to pull off 2 in a row. Amazing.
Pull off 2 in a row, pull off a huge win for you and the team. Mike, I mean, as of late, it seemed like this car has just been kind of more dialed in and ready. I mean, had this short track package that kind of came back to you there for the restart zones and the multiple cautions, had this number 2 machine had enough little to catch up there to Ryan at the very end, you think?
No, I don't think I would have. We were running similar laps, and I didn't really have anything for him. So just for a change, the late race craziness benefited me. So I'll take it when I can get it and smile and have a beer and go on to next week.
Well, enjoy a few of them and a few other times here in Old Delaware. I think you should be having a good time out here. But who you want to thank you for this one today, buddy?
Yeah, shout out to the team there. Turn 1 heroes, having a good time. I think I was the only one that had a decent run tonight, though, unfortunately. Shout out to you and the PTM broadcast crew. And let's see. Oh, all the sponsors, of course, and everybody at Sim 500 and GOAT, all the admins, and of course, the Smoking Hot Wife.
You done them good tonight, man. I think you made them pretty happy. Congratulations there, Mike.
Hey, thanks, on a roll. Looking forward to next week.
Same to you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Kelly back in victory lane. What a race. What a day, folks. It's been a fun time with us here, but nevertheless, we must send our way off. I will still have some things to work on here in the studio. My job never ends. This place is nice, though, I must say. Nevertheless, here, folks, we will be live here back, I believe, Thursday night here on Pete Reese TV with the Pit Stall Racing Series down in old Atlanta there. So we'll see you then. But nevertheless, until next time, race fans, be safe out there. Take care of yourselves. We love you guys.